Let's do about video games, Father. Let's do about World of Warcraft.
Played that in college.
Warcraft 1.
Yeah.
That would be insufferable to play these days, given how...
I think so, yeah. I mean, we had, gosh, what were they? I mean, IBM's. We were actually running Linux. We were early, actually, BSD Unix. It was sort of even right before Linux was came out. It was, we were computer science students. There were 4 of us in an apartment. We wired up a local area network and played interactively. It was, that was pretty fun. So, yeah, video games get short shrift, but I haven't delved into this space as much myself, but I'm promoting it for those who can. I mean, it's a bigger space than the movie space. The highest grossing video games way outrank the highest grossing movies. And there are a ton of people that are in the video game space. They're all promoting metaphysics because they all have their own worlds and their own way of operating. They're all promoting their own philosophies, their own ethics. And many Catholics have just abandoned them to the world, the secular culture. And so many people are appreciating, it's like an interactive movie, a lot of them, or these interactive games where you meet people all over the world, you play against them in the ways, like you said, you try, you fail, you shake hands at the end, and you can grow. Sportsmanship it can be a great virtue for people to grow in. But we've sort of, because video games, many of the older people think of video games as like Space Invaders, and it seems like a useless waste of time, and they don't understand what video games have become, then it's really underappreciated. And I think there's a tremendous amount of opportunity for evangelization, for connection, for bringing the gospel into those spaces.
That answers the kind of pushback I was about to offer you, because, just because everybody's in that space, does that mean that Catholics need to get there as well? Like, would you say that about TikTok? Are you familiar with TikTok? Yeah. But then you kind of answered that, though, by saying, well, it's not like Space Invaders may be somewhat of a waste of time. TikTok seems to be that way. Like, would you want Catholics to be flooding into TikTok to evangelize since everybody's there?
Well, no, but I think the analogy is more the movie space. So we love movies that are well done and explicitly Catholic,
sophisticated,
something like the Chosen
produced
series, or that there's that animated space, or well done and implicitly Catholic, like The Lord of the Rings, that has a Catholic worldview and Catholic archetypes and Catholic adventure and Catholic ethics, Catholic metaphysics, So I think more in that analogy, there is a space that is rich and meaningful, and then there are opportunities for real encounter. So TikTok, I don't think offers opportunities for a real encounter, but I think so we have our department head at St. Vincent College, Bill Birmingham, had been a research level tenured professor at the University of Michigan, but came to St. Vincent because of his Catholic faith, and he helps to run a video game company. So he's one of the guys that woke me up to the opportunity that's there. And he said he knows a young man who in that space was able to encounter somebody he was thinking about joining the Coast Guard or something like that, but he met somebody there online who had done that and was able to give him an honest appraisal of that. So that young man's father had told him the same things that he heard from this guy online. Yeah. But he listens to the guy online. So there's an opportunity for positive encounters.
I'm playing a game right now called Detroit Become Human. Have you heard of this?
No.
Here's what it's about. Detroit Become Human is a 2018 adventure video game. The plot follows 3 androids. Kara, who escapes her owner to explore her newfound sentience and protect a young girl. Connor, whose job is to hunt down sentient androids. And Marcus, who devotes himself to releasing other androids from servitude. So it's about these robots who are becoming sentient. It's
interesting.
Really, really powerful. So, in one way, I'm surprised when you said that the highest grossing video games are out-grossing these movies. But in another way, when I see just how sophisticated and well-produced these video games are, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
So the best-selling game of all time. Do you want to guess?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. I bet I could guess it.
Okay, guess.
I'm getting fact checked.
I would think it would probably be, well, so it wouldn't be Space Invaders because that wasn't on personal stations at that point.
Sold the most copies.
Sold the most copies. I don't know, like, is it like Mario or is it something more new? Is it a relatively...
Do you want me to give you a decade?
Yeah.
2010s.
Oh, Medal of Honor?
No. Minecraft.
Oh.
It sold 238 million copies.
Wow.
Minecraft sells for $25 a copy, meaning that it has made $5.9 billion.
Just a different metric. I don't remember if I saw this somewhere or if my brain is making it up, but something about like it's at least in the top 3 of most like single pieces of media that have had the most time put towards them. So people have spent probably the most time on that as a single piece of art versus like any other single piece of art. Or it's at least probably in the top 10.
So do you think Catholics are wrong to too quickly demonize these games?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the influence, you're influencing 238 million people with Minecraft.
Do you mind if I smoke my pipe?
No, go ahead. I don't actually know Minecraft well enough to say, you know, what are the metaphysics? What are the ethics? What are the goals? What are the, you know, what are the relationships? What are the values? What are the ideals that are there? What's being promoted in that space that people are soaking in implicitly?
Well, it's procedurally generated, which just means every time you load in a new world, the computer randomizes it based on certain the program that tells the world how to be built. So every world is different. You can play with friends or by yourself, but then you can do whatever you want with the mechanics of the game.
It's like totally online sandbox. Lego in a way.
Yeah, it's totally sandbox. There's no story to play through. It's just you and your friends building whatever you want.
It's very fun.
It's super fun. It's super relaxing.
It is very relaxing.
The music.
I said this to you the other day, didn't I? Oh, man, I forget who I said it to, but no, I don't think I said it to you, but I like games where I don't feel like you're under attack. Ah! Like maybe I wanted that when I was 16, but now I'm old. I got kids. Like I need something peaceful.
And then you proceeded to play Detroit Become Human.
That's true. But for some reason, I really like it.
Yeah, no.
Interesting. Well, what do you say? Like, let me push back against this and say, like, we need to be getting back to the real world, Father. And so, the more distant or removed we are from God's creation, the more unable we are to perceive him from the things he's made, and the somehow the more corrupt that makes us and our view on reality.
I think that we benefit from lenses by which to engage reality. So as we take on, it's sort of like through him all things were made. There's a logic, there's a logos that flows through all things, which is not immediately evident, that we need to uncover. I mean, that's the whole point of philosophical pursuit and understanding what's the underlying stuff. And when we can experiment in a game, or we can explore something in, sort of make-believe space and try out different rules and different engagements. And this is, Jordan Peterson likes to talk a lot about rules and games and so grammar, like what fits. So potentially we can engage reality better, having stepped away from it, learn something, try to apply it. And that's why we want good games. So we don't step away from reality for the sake of nothing. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. So good practice makes perfect. So we can practice in the gaming world in a way that we can apply in the real world, so to speak.
Thanks so much for watching. Please like if you liked, and if you loved, subscribe.